Just 2-3 days back, maybe day before yesterday, this was video made by Style Rug. The name of the person is, I think, Sandeep, who makes these video. So he's he's talking about an ex Brahma Kumari member who has been expelled by this organization maybe a few years back. So this man is absconding, and the CBI is on lookout for him. The Interpol is also in search of him. So a bounty of about 5 lakh, I don't remember exactly, maybe 5 lakh rupees has been announced to anyone who give any indication about his whereabouts. So this man, his story is about that of a really sexually perverted man who must have become so perverted because of so much sexual repression in India. In India, sexual repression is almost equivalent to being spiritual. That has been everywhere. Christianity is a very sexually repressed religion. Mohammedans are barbaric in their indulgence. But to find a normal person is very difficult. And because Buddha and Mahavira, both of them left their family, their wife, and they became a kind of celibate monk. But Buddha and Mahavira were not celibate monk of ordinary kind. They had experienced it totally. They have known it totally, and they have transcended it. They were not escapists. They have gone beyond it. But for those who have no understanding, who don't understand subtle things, for them they see it from the outside. So when stupid people see that they have left their family, they have left their wife and children, so like a monkey you can imitate, but by imitating an enlightened person, you will just become a monkey or a carbon copy, not a real person. So for them, all those things had become like ashes. They had burned their desires completely. They had transcended it. But if you repress your sexuality, if you force celibacy, then inside you will be a demon. Inside you will be very dangerous, far more dangerous than normal person who, whenever they feels that they needs to experience sex, they go for it. But those who are repressed, these people are sick because they are boiling within. They are like a pressure cooker. They can burst at any time. India and Indians have this obsession. They think that if you are celibate, if you become celibate, then you will have tremendous spiritual powers. They are greedy for power. People who are not mature enough, even if they enter into the world of spirituality, they will be still seeking power. They may not be running mad for outside power, but then they will seek inner power. They would like to control you. They would like to read your mind. They would like to manifest things out of air. They would like to do many magics. But the real desire is to control you. The real desire is to become a magician or become a man of circus. And they think this is spirituality. You are becoming perverted in the name of spirituality. It is better that you seek outside power. Only a person who is in search of peace, not in search of power, who want to be silent, who want to be conscious, awake, who want to know what is his reality, who is not interested in becoming anything, who want to know what is his pure being, is a spiritual person. So this man, the story which Style Rug was saying, is he was member of Brahma Kumari. Then because of some internal differences, or maybe he did some perverted act, so they threw him out of this organization. So he opened his own organizations. He had centers in India, more than hundreds of centers, and some centers outside India also, including countries like Malaysia and other countries. So actually he was, maybe there were some complaints about him. Someone complained that the women who live in his ashram, they are being raped. So then there was a raid in his ashram, and about 160 young girls were released from that prison which he has created, and they were living in a small metal room which had almost no air, and they were being constantly raped. And he used to catch small girls, luring them that he is a modern Krishna and you can become one of the gopis. He said that I will have 16,000 gopis, and they will be liberated from this world of suffering. They will go to heaven. And he would invite them. He will say that if you sit on my thigh, you will enter into the pleasure land or heaven. And then in certain ways he will trap girls. And once they were trapped by him, many of them will be brainwashed. And they would, even if their parents wanted them to come back, they would not come back. They will either think he is a Krishna or he is a Shiva, and they are his Parvatis. And many of the parents will send their children themselves to his organization. because he will say that if you send them to me, they will be saved from the bad influence of the outside world, and they will enter into the university of spirituality. And that was his spirituality, raping small girls. He would even rape girls of 11, 12, 13 years of age. And when he absconded from India, he was about 79 years of age. So an old brute, an old perverted man, having nothing of spirituality, only a charlatan, a fraud. But how these people are able to cheat people? Because people are so greedy. In the name of spirituality, they themselves are searching for, like if someone says that I am a Krishna and you will become my gopi, you should slap him immediately. At least you should have the guts that I am myself. His name was Virendra Dikshit. Why you want to become a Krishna? One Krishna was enough. If you say that you are a Krishna or you are a Shiva or you are any enlightened man of past, you should be beaten. But people are greedy. Then their greed is exploited by these cheats. And his story is such, everything is written in kind of family you are born in, what happens in your family, that creates these kind of monsters. Before he was born, his parent had about 12 girls, they were born, but none of them survived. He was their 13th child. So his mother did puja of Rama for 9 days, and after that he was born. So in the early childhood, he was very much influenced by story of Rama. He would read it, and he was not a good student in other subject, but in Sanskrit he was very good. And about his sister had told about him that he was very cruel kind of man from the very beginning. Once he went out without his permission, or he had told her not to go out. So when she came back, he beat her black and blues. He just beat her in such a cruel way that she stopped going out at all. And she would not talk even with him. Only when he needed something, she will say anything. And his sister was born after 12 years of his birth. So first their parent had lost about 12 children. He was with 13 children. And then he was born, and after 12 years of his birth, his sister was born. So what his father was doing, the whole time it looked as if sex was the only thing in his life. So his father must have been a maniac himself, sexually perverted person. Then he gave birth to such a man who was very much, in the earlier days, he was very much influenced by Ramayana and all those things. But you can be a scholar, you can know Sanskrit and all those things, it makes no difference. Until and unless you know your unconscious, what is in your unconscious, and you are able to watch it from a distance, know Explore everything that is contained in your unconscious. Discover everything, reveal everything, and you are just a pure witness, a watcher on the hill, who is able to know the animals and other things within you, within himself. Once you remain detached to all those things, and once you are able to know what is within you, and you are just a witness, then you go beyond all those things. This is your past, this is your old biography. You are not that. Only when you succumb to it, only when you give strength to your past, then they can overpower you. But once you are the master of your mind, you have known all your unconscious, then you go beyond it. But very few people have interest in those things. People mostly, in the name of spirituality, they just want to indulge in pleasure. If you are interested only in experiencing things, then you will move toward pleasure. And then once you are a powerful person, once you know that you have money, you have power, then you can do all kind of cruel acts, because now you know nobody can harm you. But if this kind of man can open hundreds of ashram in India, that shows something about the country. How can anyone open so much ashram and people go there? That shows that people, those who were going there, they were all greedy and mediocre kind of people. So why blame only him? They are themselves responsible for whatever happened. Even these girls, though they were very small, so you cannot blame them very much, but their parents should be blamed, because if you don't get love in your own family, then you seek it anywhere outside. And he was earlier also caught many times. He was in jail also because he raped someone in his ashram in Calcutta. Then he was caught and he had to do all kind of cleaning the toilet in jail, and there were a fight in jail also. And then some lawyer took him out of the jail. So how you can say only he is criminal when lawyers are fighting for rapists and murderers? The whole society is sick. Why blame only him? Whatever you are seeking, you will get that. Whatever you are desiring, you will get that. You get what you deserve. If you are cheated by a charlatan, you are responsible. If you are in search of power in the name of spirituality, you will be in some kind of trap. Fall in some trap.
If you like our videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.